Why self-discipline is the root of all things phenomenal. So let's get straight into it. The largest and most essential part of life is self-discipline. Because one, it's the most immense thing, and two, it's also a huge pillar of success. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, there's the foundation, there's the next pillar, there's the next pillar, there's the next pillar, etc., etc. And self-discipline is definitely something that builds the bottom bases of it. And I say this because this ability influences beneficial aspects and beneficial habits into your life that initially set you up for success, especially through troubled times. Because we all have those moments where, like, we're going through so many different challenges, and it's just like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? But it's like, you have to discipline yourself to literally get out of it. And even in the most unpredictable circumstances, remaining accountable for your actions and focus in the face of adversity are all things that become capable once you possess disciplined self-awareness. Not even just discipline, but also disciplined self-awareness. So let's take a dive into a moment in my life, something that's personal to me, where I had to become basically strongly adamant and strongly prominent in my firmness of purpose. So this goes way back to when I was in middle school. I was a young, studious woman, 7th grader rather. I was very fixated on academic success. And with being a person that possessed such traits, I initially took action of applying for a scholarship. It was extremely rigorous and very hard, even the interviewing process of the application, but I persevered, and with great ability, I was able to shut out distractions, even at such a young age as well. And I feel like even now, like now that I'm older and now that I am a young woman, I already established discipline at such a young age helped me now. And I'm like, was I able to stay disciplined from the 7th grade up until now? Absolutely not. I had my moments where I fell short to that, and I made mistakes and I did things I wasn't supposed to do, like, because at the end of the day, I am a human. But that is just something I do keep myself accountable for. And even in those moments where I did make mistakes of some sort, I thought back to certain experiences of when I was younger, and this is definitely one of them, where I was like, you know what? I have past experiences of things where I was disciplined, so why can't I keep staying disciplined now? Like, it's just, honestly, I feel like half of these things, discipline, not being fearful, pursuing your goals, it's about reminding yourself, like, okay, I've attained this, I've come this far, I can keep going, I can keep going, I can keep going. So, basically, like I said, keeping out those distractions, shutting out those distractions from a young age. I did it. I got the scholarship. So from my phone to my peers influencing me to develop poor behaviors, to even down to certain teachers telling me I couldn't do it. So much belittlement went toward me. Basically, they were just trying to pull me away from my set goal. They were trying to throw me off course, throw me off path, and I feel like that's something that I've kind of struggled with my whole life. I'm not blaming people for my mistakes. Obviously, I took the action of myself with certain things that I've done in my life, and I caused my own demise, of course. But a lot of the time, I did notice that there was so many people that would come into my life out of nowhere and just be like, oh, off the path. Like, I was going straight, and it was like, you know what, I'm going to take you left, and then I'm going to take you right, and then we'll go backwards, and then it's like, oh my god, I'm on a roller coaster at this point. So even with that belittlement, I sat myself down and I did what I had to do to get where I wanted to be. And as simple as that. I sat myself down and did what I had to do to get to where I wanted to be. And essentially where I wanted to be was sitting in that interview chair with all those scary eyes on me, and later walking out the door at the end of it knowing I left a paragon of influence on the people in that room. That's what I wanted to do. I made it happen, and I did just that. Even fast forwarding to 8th grade, after winning that scholarship, it had opened my eyes to a new way of living. Many opportunities were granted to me, and through that time, I lost my closest friends, just so many things were disappearing out of my life. People who I was like, okay, this is going to be my lifetime friend. This is someone I hold so close and so dear to me. And I am going to keep them with me forever. So I had to choose whether I wanted to be drowned by my sorrows or drowned by certain agony and certain hurt that was coming with these people walking out of my life. And basically that would, they were just coming right in front of me. It was like, oh, boom, okay, boom. Karina, you have this now, but now you have this, and now you have that, and now you have that. So what are you going to do? I had to ask myself. However, through everything that I was dealing with, through all the emotions I was feeling, I answered back to those who were offering me greatness. And once again, I stayed disciplined enough to do what needed to be done, and that was going to be something that I will remember forever. That was a very life-changing moment for me. And again, I was so young. And again, even me now, I look back to that. I look back to my younger self and I'm like, oh my God, I was so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. And even me now, I find myself where I'm like, I need to look back to my younger self. And I was saying this previously, but it's so true because sometimes when you're younger, you're more yourself than you are when you're older. So it's just like sometimes your adulthood is literally you spending that time going back to who you were when you were a child, tapping into that inner child, making that inner child proud. So to be specific, I stayed fixated on my goal. I was like, you know what? People are falling out of my life. It is what it is. And with that, I was offered to speak at a panel at Harvard University on behalf of that scholarship program I was in. And I know people might have mixed feelings about Harvard. Again, yes, I will say it now. A university is just a university. It's all in the name. I'm not bashing anyone who goes to Harvard. Harvard is a wonderful university, and you know what I mean? Like, if education's for you, if university's for you, that's amazing. Do what you have to do. At the time, since that was a school that I wanted to go to, I was a Harvard girl all the way. I was like, oh my God, I get to speak at Harvard. I can't wait to attend the university. And if I hadn't choose to stay adamant and stay fixated on that success and on that goal, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So mind you, out of 300 students that were in that program, out of even older people, mind you, I was in the 7th grade, I keep saying it, but I just am so mind-boggled how young I was. They chose me. And part of me, honestly, doubted myself, and I truly questioned my capabilities as well. But despite it all, I remained in character because I know that in the future, I would thank myself. And I did. So all in all, currently in my life at the moment, self-discipline still keeps showing up as a prominent component of who I'm becoming. It varies from so many different factors, to getting up early in the morning and working out, to reading 30 minutes at night, to working on my personal brand, even down to me getting up in the morning when my alarm clock goes off, because I know we all know how much of a struggle that can be when you hear your first alarm clock and you're like, oh my God, I have to get up for the day. It's time to get going, to get rolling. So that is what I'm preaching here. Self-discipline exists in every area of our lives, and many of us neglect the fact that it's crucial. So many of us neglect the fact that it's crucial not only to us, but also to our future selves, also to even the people around us that we care about and we hold dear to us, you know what I mean? Because you might be staying disciplined and then someone else close to you or someone, a distant friend or someone might be inspired by you, and then, then you get to look at them and you're like, oh my God, I inspired your greatness. Not that you're taking 100% credit, because at the end of the day, you inspire somebody, but they took the action on their own to do what they needed to do to change their circumstances. So that's completely them. But part of you was part of the foundation of it. So it's just it makes you feel even more. And then that even pours back into you, and you feel even more to get up and do what you want to do and what you need to do. So again, it has that crucial impact as we take on a myriad of tasks in our life. Basically, another key aspect here as well is that success isn't at the end of the journey of being able to get what you want and need done. It's not only that, it's the freedom that exists within it all is what is truly the reward. That freedom you experience, I know we all have it. Imagine being able to wake up on a Tuesday morning and being like, I want to go to Switzerland. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Aruba. I want to go to Greece. And And then you just get in your jet or call the pilot, like, hey, bring up the jet. I'm going to call a car. We're going to Switzerland. Let's do it. We're going to Italy. Let's do it. We're going to France. Paris, here we come. So it's just like we all crave that freedom, and actually being able to attain it just because you stayed disciplined, nice pat on the back. Which is why I hold this value of discipline, of self-discipline, so dear to me and so close to me and so constant on this journey of living I'm walking through. You know, this journey of life, of the human experience, of all the things great. Self-discipline is truly the root of it all. And I started the video like this, and I'm gonna end it just like that, because self-discipline is life-changingly beautiful.